Okay, you're not imagining things. We're back this weekend and we're doing another ladybug, but this time we have the benefit of some YouTube wisdom. After my last post about this ladybug, somebody, I don't know his name, I assume it's a man because of the way he wrote, chimed in to tell us what an absolutely awful job we were doing. And of course, I acknowledge that we didn't know what we were doing, but he was also helpful and gave us some settings to use to actually do the cutting on this ladybug. And Cameron did some experiments earlier today and cut the time by how much, honey? Like crazy?
Yeah, I don't remember what it took us before, but yeah, that's a lot faster now.
So there's this thing that the guy suggested, and it's called a wobble setting. And I'm going to have Cameron explain to you what that is.
Well, essentially with the wobble setting, it's instead of drawing like a straight line, it draws little circles along the line. And so it makes a wider area that the laser covers to basically help cut through the material better.
Okay, so along the laser cut line.
Yeah.
So he's already etched this, and that took 14 minutes to do, just as it did last time. And so now we're going to go ahead and do this cut. Cameron tells me it'll only take a couple of minutes. Any of you who watched our first video know that it took for freaking ever to get that thing to cut out. So I guess we'll see. What are the settings we're using?
So I'm doing a little bit different than the person advised, because I've just been playing with some different settings. I'm not sure if I'll stay with these, but for now I'm using a speed of 200 millimeters a second at 60% power, and we're doing a wobble. The size of the circles is about 0.3 millimeters, and then it steps at 0.05 millimeters for each circle that it draws.
Okay, I remember that he wanted you at 100% power.
He did, and I did that setting too, and it also works. But I've been trying to find settings to give a better result where there's not so much
Scorching?
Well, not the scorching, but the slag of the metal that needs to be cleaned off after,
I see.
after
Okay.
it's done. So I may go back to the 90% power, just experimenting a little bit with some different settings.
Okay. So here we go. I think.
Yep. Oh, gotta change one more thing.
Sorry, folks. He wasn't as ready as he thought.
There we go.
Okay? So this is one pass, right?
Yeah. And that will take probably 15 or 20 passes.
Oh, so that's going to take more than a couple minutes.
I forgot how many things there were to cut out of this.
Oh.
Still going to be a lot faster than that. So.
I can smell that grass. So the slag is the funky, sharp, kind of, wherever this cuts, you would think it would be smooth from the heat, like melting the metal, but it's not. It's actually really sharp. And I do think...
Because there's molten metal that re-solidify.
I see. Well, I am wondering if you should have dropped the power as low as you have. In case none of you know, I'm always the one saying, turn it up, turn it up. And Cameron is always reluctant to use the power that he has.
Well, I actually didn't notice much change in the number of passes it took, even with the change in power.
Okay, and for anyone watching, this is a 100 watt MOPA fiber laser. with autofocus, and it's the Monport MOFA 100 GA, I believe it's called. GA 100. So this cut is in real time. I'm not changing anything or stopping the video. 25 times, huh?
Maybe that.
So if you remember also, the first time we did this, he was doing each little section however many times in a row, and we were getting warping. I'm wondering, so far I don't think we're getting any warping. So that's good. So now he's doing each one time. Do you know what pass we're on? Does the computer count it?
We're on the 5th one.
Oh, I'm not so sure I want to talk to anybody with 25 passes of this.
Need to come back.
Yeah, I'll come back and I'll be honest with you about how many passes, and I'm probably going to tell him I want to use 100% power next time. Okay, we are at about 9 passes now, going on 10 maybe. And I thought I would come back. And hopefully, we'll see it just drop down, being cut out.
So I'll probably stop it before it drops, because we don't want it to start.
Well, maybe you should have something under it. Of course, that'll probably get cut, right? You put something under it.
Yeah.
Doesn't look warped. That's good. I really don't see the light coming through the bottom. Oh, I did a little bit there. Yeah, it's starting now. I don't know if you could hear that. It made a little metal clinking sound. But I think it's getting ready to let go. Shit. Smoke detector's going off. We really need that enclosure.
Yeah.
Feel bad for our neighbors. We've been waiting on our enclosure. Well, it should have come when we got the machine, but they didn't tell us that it was on back order. It's just an acrylic box. I don't understand what the big deal is, but they were saying the 25th of November, and I think that's when they get theirs, so I don't expect to see it until December sometime, if then. I don't know. There's something hanging down there.
Yeah, some of the pieces didn't fall completely out.
Oh. Well, there's definitely light coming through the bottom.
Yeah.
It's hitting the heat sink. You can really smell this brass. is starting to warp just a little bit. This end here on the left. I wonder if that's ready to pop.
Then I'm going to stop it when it gets
Yeah.
to the end of this pass.
Yeah, the light's going through a lot. Alright, don't touch it with your fingers. Yeah, that's really loose. Yeah, you can see where.
It's not quite wanting
Yeah,
to go.
not quite. But it's most of the way done. Now, if you don't have that level, is it gonna mark up the ladybug because she's at an angle there? Like if you don't pop that back up from underneath?
Well, I'm trying to decide if I just want to try to manually get it to come out anyway.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Okay. Alright, you guys can see this better than I can. Did you just turn off the laser?
Yep.
The red light's still on.
I know.
Well, now I can see it. Okay. Well, that is better than last time, that's for sure. We have to wait till it cools off to touch it and see how sharp it is, but that definitely went better than our first time, thanks to a fellow YouTuber. So thank you. Okay, this is the finished ladybug. Well, it's not completely finished, but it's been cleaned. And so it did come out better than the first version, but you can see there's like some spotting. So Cameron has a couple of things that he'd like to do. The edges are very sharp and rough. So he is going to process that with some, what's that called? A Proxon tool, and smooth that out. And he said that there's something else he can do to repopulate a little bit of the color that you see that's kind of spotty there. So we'll see, but I will definitely show you when we're completely finished with it. But I would say that this is definitely many steps above what we did before.